Alright, welcome back to the New Sentinel, folks. Today, we're diving into what everyone's calling Muskonomics. And trust me, it's not just a meme on TikTok anymore. So, let's start with these 60% tariffs on Chinese imports. I mean, that's not pocket change. Trump's administration says it's about protecting American jobs, but what we're seeing is a lot of market chaos. Inflation up 2.7% in June, and, well, some real pain for folks in old-school industries. My cousin, for example, he worked at a steel plant in Ohio for 20 years. Last month, he got laid off. The company said it was automation and rising input costs. Now, he's looking at retraining for a tech job, but he's 52. Not exactly easy, you know?
Yeah, Chukwuka, that's the new battlefield, right? You got tariffs squeezing out the cheap imports, but it's not like those jobs are coming back. They're just getting replaced by robots and AI. Tesla and SpaceX, they're raking it in. Domestic incentives, fat government contracts, and they're hoovering up all the tech talent. But if you're a welder or a machinist, you're out of luck. I mean, I get the whole America first thing, but it feels like it's tech first now. And if you can't code, you're left behind. That's the new front line, and a lot of folks are getting left in the dust.
But Duke, let's not forget who's really paying for this. Inflation hits hardest for working families, housing, tech goods, even groceries. And these layoffs, they're not just numbers. They're people losing healthcare, losing stability. The so-called Muskonomics model, vertical integration, deregulation, all that. Sure, it's great for Musk's companies. But what about the social safety net? What about the people who can't just pivot to a tech job overnight? We're seeing a cultural backlash for a reason. People feel abandoned.
I hear you, Olga, but let's not pretend the old way was working either. Those jobs were already on the chopping block. Tariffs might be a blunt instrument, but at least they're forcing a reckoning. And look, SpaceX and Tesla, they're not just making cars and rockets. They're building the infrastructure for the next economy. The labor market's shifting, yeah, but it's also opening up new roles in AI, robotics, and advanced manufacturing. The question is, are we training people fast enough, or are we just letting them fall through the cracks?
That's the heart of it, Major. My cousin's story isn't unique. He's got skills, but they're not the ones the market wants now. So, are these tariffs and Muskonomics policies really creating new opportunities? Or just shuffling the deck and leaving a lot of folks behind? I'm not sure we've got a clear answer yet, but the stakes are real. And the culture war over who wins and who loses, it's only getting hotter.
Let's dig into the tech side, because this is where things get wild. XAI, Musk's AI venture, just hit a $113 billion valuation. That's not chump change. And Grok, their chatbot, is now baked into Tesla cars and Starlink satellites. It's like Musk is building his own tech ecosystem, top to bottom. But here's the kicker. While the magnificent 7 tech giants are posting record numbers, Tesla's been lagging. Regulatory headaches and Musk's public feud with Trump, that's not helping investor confidence.
And the public's not just watching, they're participating. Have you seen those TikTok Muskian job interview skits? People pitching ideas to AI avatars or joking about Mars-based tax shelters. It's satire, but it's also a window into how people see Musk. Part visionary, part monopolist. There's a real ideological divide. Some see him as the guy pushing humanity forward, others as a billionaire consolidating too much power. And the cultural backlash is real, especially among creators and workers who feel squeezed out by automation and consolidation.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Olga. The market loves a winner, and right now, AI is the game. The Magnificent Seven, NVIDIA, Meta, Alphabet, all of them. They're driving the S&P to record highs. But Tesla's getting hammered, not just by the market, but by regulators. And Musk's spat with Trump? That's a distraction, but it's also a risk. Investors don't like drama, especially when it's tied to government contracts and regulation. Still, you can't ignore the fact that Musk's companies are absorbing a ton of displaced tech talent. That's a win, even if it's not spread evenly.
But Duke, isn't that the problem? The concentration of power. We talked about this in our Synthetic Fame episode, how a handful of players can shape entire industries, for better or worse. Now with XAI, Tesla, and Starlink all under one roof, you've got a tech empire that's vertically integrated and government-backed. That's a lot of leverage. And when things go sideways, like with Tesla's regulatory issues or Musk's public image, the ripple effects are huge. The culture war isn't just about jobs, it's about who controls the future.
Exactly, Chukwuka. And let's not forget, the memes and skits aren't just jokes. They're a form of protest. People are pushing back against the idea that one man or one company should have so much influence over technology, labor, and even public discourse. The ideological battle lines are drawn, and it's not just about economics. It's about values, identity, and who gets to participate in shaping the next chapter.
All right, let's shift gears. Quantum computing. The Global Quantum Forum in Chicago just saw over $1 billion poured into building utility-scale quantum computers. That's not science fiction anymore. They're using semiconductor photonics, which, I'll be honest, I had to Google. But the point is, this is the next arms race. Whoever cracks quantum first is going to have a serious edge. Military, economic, you name it.
You're spot on, Duke. This reminds me of the Cold War, honestly. Back then, it was nukes and satellites. Now it's quantum and AI. The U.S. is betting big. Chicago's campus is all about scale, not just flashy demos. And with Microsoft's SharePoint hack hitting tens of thousands of organizations, the stakes are higher than ever. The government's even put out a cybersecurity warning. If quantum computers get in the wrong hands, or if our defenses aren't up to snuff, we're talking about a whole new level of vulnerability. It's not just about breaking codes. It's about protecting everything from power grids to military comms.
And let's not forget the human side. When these cyber attacks hit, it's not just corporations that suffer. It's hospitals, schools, local governments, real people. The Microsoft hack exposed just how fragile our digital infrastructure is. And as we pour billions into quantum, we have to ask, who's being protected and who's being left exposed? Are we building a safer world or just a more unequal one?
Olga, that's a fair point. But I'll say this. If we don't lead in quantum, someone else will. And as Major said, it's a new kind of arms race. The military's got a big stake in this, and so does every business that relies on secure data. The question is, can we innovate fast enough to stay ahead, and can we do it without leaving ordinary folks behind? That's the challenge for the next decade.
Couldn't have said it better. The tech tipping point is here, and it's not slowing down. We've got to be ready, strategically, economically, and culturally. And that means not just building the next big thing, but making sure we're all along for the ride.
All right, that's all we've got for today on the New Sentinel. Thanks for sticking with us through tariffs, TikTok memes, and quantum leaps. We'll be back soon to break down whatever comes next, because you know there's always something. Major, Olga, Duke, always a pleasure. Any last words?
Thanks, everyone. Let's keep asking who benefits and who gets left behind. See you next time.
Stay sharp, folks. The future's coming fast. Catch you all next episode.
Roger that. Stay frosty, and don't let the tech leave you in the dust. Later, team.
All right, take care, everyone. This is Chukwuka signing off for the New Sentinel. Goodbye.